have to admit something to you. You know how I told you over the phone I like the new Sploosh album? I lied. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Kyle. Oh, really? Well, that's okay. No, you don't understand, dude. Something's happened. Tweenwave doesn't sound the same to me. Why? What's it sound like? It kinda sounds like shit.
Alexa, play sad nostalgia music.
I can't find any music in your library.
Bitch. I didn't wake up until I was 13 years old. And before I knew it, everything I had loved was gone. Sports icons were retiring, I had gone trick-or-treating for the last time, and my hero died. The world I had once known blew up before me into an augmented and twisted reality. This realization came to be so shocking to me, I feared that I was waiting through the prior 12 years of my life. I miss what my life had been, but my memory couldn't provide me what exactly that life was. The more I tried to chase the rabbit, the further it ran. My concept of my childhood was distorted and broken. As much as I had tried to overcomplicate things, the truth came to me with every passing year. The secret behind those lost years was that life was simple. Life was easier because it was smaller. Life was watching George Lopez on a summer night because late night commercials on channels other than Nickelodeon were a bit too scary. Life was tuning into MTV for music. Life was staying home from school and picking between scripted reality TV shows, wondering if Dr. Phil or Judge Judy were just a breath away from calling for dancing lobsters. Humor was raunchy, rude, and mean. SNL was on fire, The Simpsons could only get funnier by the episode. Family Guy attacked stereotypes.
Now here's Ollie Williams with the Blackie weather forecast. Ollie?
It's gonna rain!
Thanks, Ollie.
But first, Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa is on hand for the opening of Manhattan's newest luxury hotel.
Diane, I'm standing outside the Park Barrington Hotel because they don't allow Asians inside.
And Adult Swim pushed the boundaries of televised humor. The best medicine for our fathers and their fathers before them was to laugh and smile in times of trouble. But now our senses of humor are measured by what is considered acceptable in PC culture. Modern humor has become more safe, filtered, and correct. And that correctness is primarily judged by those too afraid to accept that people can have different opinions than their own. When I was growing up, Fahrenheit 451 was a required read in our literature classes. It taught us the dangers of locking down a society in search of knowledge. Translating that to the modern era, it seems that classic humor, media, and books are being forced away by the politically correct mob. Older comedies are too vulgar. Everything pertaining to race from the 90s is now too racist, and our favorite shows are labeled as too suggestive. I'd love to say that the modern generation is missing out, but they don't necessarily know what they are missing out on. If Saturday mornings used to be catching cartoons and playing outside with your friends all day, Saturday mornings today are eating cereal in front of an iPad, then spending the next 12 hours playing Fortnite. There was an open and acceptable naivety to being a kid back then. Now it seems that if you aren't plugged in 24/7 doing TikTok dances and posing as the best Twitter politician in your school, then you aren't worth your weight. When I reflect back on these days 10 to 20 years from now, I believe I will feel a great sadness in my heart. Not for myself, but for the generations that came after me. My generation was the very last before the go technology era. I wish that kids today could have seen what I had seen, or lived what I had lived. I wish they could know the pure joy of turning on a Game Boy for the first time, or calling their friends on a landline. I wish they could comprehend what it was like to get their hour on the family computer. And I guess the one that hurts most is I wish that they could live a life without fear of being lambasted by people they consider friends in an online, meaningless world. But I guess these are just the rants of a man feeling a tad nostalgic.